welcome everyone to this very special Latin America working group dedicated to urban agriculture in Latin America. This webinar will be recorded and the replay will be available on the SUAVE YouTube channel. Please, you can leave your cameras on, it's not a problem, but during the presentations, we will highly appreciate you turn off your microphones, okay? Use the chat, but later, please also ask your questions directly to the speakers. You can raise your hands to ask questions. So for those who are not members of VEGEPOLYS VALLEY and are our SUAVE SMEs, just to let you know, VEGEPOLYS VALLEY has two working groups, one dedicated to Africa and one dedicated to Latin America. So we want to promote innovation to show that international is not limited to exports, give the opportunity to our members and partners to get informed is also an excellent opportunity for networking, sharing experiences and good practices, helping our members and partners prepare for new markets, identify areas of collaboration, projects, opportunities, and of course, help VEGEPOLYS VALLEY as a cluster to build a constructive agenda that will be useful for all of us and for our activities. So be the most welcome. I thank you all for being here with us. And before we start, I start presenting SUAVE, I would like to say a few words about urban agriculture in Latin America, and our speakers will of course, give you examples of policies and public programs, private examples as well later on. So the urban agriculture is an activity with a long tradition in the Latin American region, which by the end of the 20th century exhibited a mix of farming systems shaped by pre-Columbian practices combined with European and Asian models. Over the past 4 decades, cities in Latin America have experienced accelerated population growth rates, and it's expected by 2050 about 90% of Latin America inhabitants will be living in urban areas. Although cities have traditionally been seen as places for social progress and economic growth, the fast urbanization in Latin America countries has brought unwanted consequences, as you can imagine, such as accentuated socioeconomic inequalities, food insecurity, violence, and environmental and health crises. So to achieve greener, healthier, and more equitable cities, global agencies such as the FAO, RUAF, IDRC, and UNDESA urgent in the inclusion of urban agriculture in public policy agendas. And we are very lucky to have here the Ministry of Development and Assistance, Social Development and Assistance of Brazil, and Embrapa with us that will be commenting, especially you, Keliani, will be commenting about the public policy agenda in Brazil. So in Latin America countries, urban agriculture has been adopted as one of the major strategies to address urban poverty and food insecurity, which have increased for different drivers such as population growth, as we said, economic crisis, and forced migration. Nevertheless, experience in this country has demonstrated that urban agriculture is a complex activity that involves multiple benefits, risks, actors, processes, scales, and interactions. Growing greener cities with agriculture needs support of the government from national to local level. So be welcome to our Latin America working group. We will share the presentation later on, but here today we have Brazil with us, but Cuba had developed as well national programs for urban agriculture, Tegucigalpa and in Honduras as well, mainly focusing on the social aspect of urban agriculture. So our speakers and guests are Keliane Fuscaldi, General Coordinator of Urban and Peri-Urban Agriculture at the Ministry of Social Development and the Fight Against Hunger in Brazil. Lia Palm, Agriculture Coordinator at the State Department of Agriculture in São Paulo. Flávio Fernandes Jr., Research Deputy Head of Research Center Embrapa Vegetables, Embrapa Hortaliças, is a Brazilian agricultural research corporation. And Nicolas Condon, European Project Manager at Pista Solidaire, who will introduce you to Gardenizer. So a few words about SUAVE project for those who don't know it yet. So it's a EuroCluster project started in 2022. It's a novel pioneer European project focused on boosting urban agriculture towards sustainable and resilient urban food system. The project is targeting European small and medium enterprises, SMEs, with the aim to support them in European and international development for the green and digital future of urban food supply. SUAVE will is benefiting, right, Thomas? SMEs with different types of support services that include innovation, vouchers, internationalization missions, training, upscaling, networking, and learning activities is one of the purpose of this meeting today. VEGEPOLYS VALLEY, the French cluster is a coordinator, and we are highly supported by 4 experienced agri-food and digital clusters from Spain, FEMAC, Hungary, INNOSKART, Poland, UNIMOS, is with us today, and Lithuania, AgriFood Lithuania DIH. So it's a great opportunity to bring forward new key players, as we are doing here, with innovative solutions who will be able to share European know-how worldwide and also support clusters that act as facilitator on innovation ecosystems. Yesterday we had the Africa working group, and Keliane wanted to know if we had reached Brazilian SMEs. As you could see, Keliane, this project was for European SMEs, but we will reach other SMEs around the world through networking and new projects to develop. So here are the partners. You can have a few words about them later on, where we are located in Europe, so that you see what we reach, the areas that we reach here in Europe. And myself, the coordinator, Yuste, who is leading the network, Josh, who is leading the innovation, Veronique for Twin Transition, FEMAC Elizabeth for Train, Thomas, Go International, and our excellent Nora, who deals with the communication. So very quickly, because we have a lot of things to see with our speakers, the goal of SUAVE is to help SMEs to build a network to improve the resilience and business model, to innovate through grants, to develop new solutions and practices for sustainable and resilient urban food systems, accelerate twin transitions toward green and digital economy, increase their competences by training for upskilling, networking, and learning activities, and of course, expand globally, mainly with a project for third market for Canada, Mexico, and USA, but not restricted to and not limited to. Regarding the EuroClusters, it will help us as clusters to improve the resilience, to build capacity to increase strategic autonomy, reinforce transformation into a greener and more digital economy, foster up and reskilling and reconnect and boost. So it will help us accelerate the development of more world-class clusters, encourage clusters consortia to work across sectorial boundaries to exploit synergies and complementarities. Before you all join, I was telling Keliani that I will be glad to have contact with the Brazilian cluster, because this would be great to develop new projects. So if you know any, Keliani, you let me know. And of course, help the EU SMEs access third markets. Also develop solutions and anticipate. We are always thinking about anticipate challenges for disruption in critical EU value chains. Again, the greener and more digital SMEs to promote the EU as a global front runner, improve management and capacity of the EU cluster among different industrial ecosystems in the EU single market. We did not adopt a restrictive concept of urban agriculture. As you could see, we are 5 partners from different countries, sometimes with different realities and practices and vision of urban agriculture. So we identified different challenges for the SMEs. Among them, we have the diversification of products, service, and content based on digital technologies, in the European urban farming sector, supporting the green transition of the European urban farming value chain, bridging skill gaps in the European urban farming workforce, and supporting a bigger participation of women, increasing business opportunities through internationalization and synergies along and across value chains. That's why don't hesitate to add your contact, to add information about your SMEs. It can be a very good opportunity for you. A few examples of the types of urban agriculture covered by SUAVE. See, we have therapeutic farm, rooftop greenhouse, urban beekeeping, vertical farm, intercultural garden. It will be interesting to know if in Brazil we have intercultural garden. This is important here in Europe, you see, Keliani, and greenhouse garden as well. We had 2 calls. It's a cascade funding. So the fund we received, we granted mainly to the SMEs. So we launched 2 calls, one in February 2023, with 3 activities and a prize: innovation, diagnosis, and travel. And we received 189 applications from 19 European countries. Altogether, 50 SMEs received funding. It represents 69 projects and an amount of 684,000 euros at the first call. We had Slovenia, Netherlands, France, Spain, Poland, of course, Germany, Belgium again, Françoise. This year, in February 2024, we had a second call for training and internalization, who is still running. We reached 82 projects, 12 countries, and 64 SMEs. We had 18 SMEs that applied for both projects. It was allowed in our calls. So, as you can see, we are creating a community, a SUAVE community, right, Thomas? Reaching a lot of SMEs and including even the non-awarded SMEs in our activities. You can say a few words. Now it's you, Thomas, about the casebook, your initiative.
Thank you very much. So, as Claudia mentioned, we had some calls when we had funds, cascade funding we shared with SMEs, but we wanted, and we still want, and we are doing this, to create community. And we want to go beyond, because we, in the beginning of the next year, we are finishing SUAVE project, but we still want to continue working with SMEs and helping them to reach to customers. So one of the ideas is a casebook. It's European urban agriculture casebook for everyone who's interested, because we are still covered by, our costs are covered by projects, so it's no costs for you. We want to showcase your innovation and increase your visibility. On the next page, you will get some kind of flavor. So it will be one pager with information, short information about company, some relevant picture, logo, and QR code going to LinkedIn or web page of a company. So we will be sharing with all our partners, members, whatever. So you can check it on the right. You have a QR code. You can scan it. Try me. You can see the most recent version of our casebook, but it's a living thing. So if you think that you might benefit from being part of our casebook, so you can use the left QR code or go directly through the link. As far as I know, Claudia will support you later with presentations, so you can do it right now or later on. But you are invited to join us. We have a confirmation, because with the calls we were sticking to European SMEs, but we have a confirmation from project officer that different countries, different continents also are welcomed to join our casebook. So this is what I'm doing. I strongly invite you and suggest you to be a part of it.
So you all can share with your contacts in Brazil, in Colombia, wherever you are, Mexico. They will be the most welcome. It will be a great opportunity to have a rich, full casebook, not only with European examples, but with international examples. Thank you very much, Thomas. And of course, for those who haven't done it yet, because you did not know SUAVE, now you can follow us on our social media. You have a lot, and something that is very important, we have our social media, and we are always showcasing examples of and giving inspiration, so you can share your articles or projects with us, and we will share it on our social media as well. Thank you very much, Thomas. That's it about SUAVE, a very good project that will be ending in February 2025. But I'm asking Thomas to think about how to keep SUAVE alive later on. Thank you very much. Now, the floor is yours, Keliane. Thank you very much. We are very honored to have you here. Thanks for having accepted the invitation. Muitíssimo obrigada.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for inviting me, Claudia. We are from the same cities. So I'm pleased to present some Brazilian actions of the Brazilian Urban and Peri-Urban Agriculture Program. And I organized my speech in 5 parts. First, I will give an overview about the Brazilian scenario, because you have to understand a little bit the focus, the scope of our work. Second, I will share with you the program path and how the agenda is now in Brazil. Then I will show the program's scope, following by the tools that were created and implemented by the federal government. In addition, I will describe our current projects and mention the program's alignment with other policies. And finally, I will pinpoint the reasons why we must have another view of the cities and highlight some considerations about our program. So you can go to the next
Sorry,
slide.
are you still seeing my presentation?
Okay. You can go to the next slide. Well, although Brazil is one of the largest food producers in the world, the country suffers from social inequalities that affect around a quarter of our population. In 2022, Brazil is back on the hunger map after the government scaled back key measures and the pandemic devastated the world. Although the number of hungry people in rural areas is relatively high, hunger is concentrated in big cities. Next. As Claudia said before, the situation in Brazil is no different from the rest of the planet. Most of the world population is living in the city. Urban area make up 2% of the land mass, but are home to more than 50% of the world's population. By 2050, 68% of the world's population is expected to live in the cities. In Brazil, we have yet achieved 85%. Next. Despite the fact that Brazil's social and economic situation has improved since last year, 21 million households are still affected by some degree of food and nutrition insecurity, and 55% of the population live on less than $40 per month. This part of the population, which benefits from Brazil's largest income transfer program, Bolsa Família, I don't know if you know about it, suffers the most from the global pandemic, which is the combination of the obesity, malnutrition, and climate change pandemics. Next one. For this reason, next slide, please. For this reason, since the beginning of 2023, a new cycle of public policies has been developed in Brazil, which recognizes the crucial links between poverty, inequality, and sustainability. And it's called Brazil Without Hunger Plan. The plan is coordinated by the Ministry of Social Development and involves 24 ministries. The Ministry of Social Development is responsible for implementing and managing public policies aimed at access to water, that we call Programa Cisternas, promotion of the production, acquisition, and donation of food, that we call the Programa de Aquisição de Alimentos, promotion of adequate and healthy nutrition, food and nutritional security equipment, that we call equipamentos públicos de segurança alimentar, and intersectorial and intergovernmental coordination. So, next slide. Sobremesa saudável. Given the importance of urban food agenda, especially for large cities, specific actions were created and reinforced for these spaces, where, as I said before, 85% of the population lives. Among them, I can mention City Food Strategy that was launched last year, basic basic food basket, solidarity kitchen program, and the strategy on losses and waste that is being updated this year. So they are different programs, and if you have interest in knowing about it, you can contact me after, because now today I'm here to speak about the urban agriculture program, the next one, but it is linked to all these policies. So I needed to introduce this for you in order to understand it better, okay? Well, regarding to urban agriculture, the Brazilian UPA program was launched in 2018 by the Ministry of Social Development. And at that time, its main goal was to stimulate agroecological food production in cities, and therefore to promote access to healthy food for families in social vulnerability situation. As I said to Claudia at the beginning of this meeting, we have a specific public that are the people who are in a situation of social vulnerability. Between 2018 and 2022, the Brazilian government has encouraged the establishment of vegetable gardens, the donation of inputs and equipment to urban farmers, and the development of instruments and methodologies that could support municipalities, states, and civil society entities in the implementation of urban agriculture initiatives. Here in Brazil, the participation of the civil society in the agenda of urban agriculture is so high. They are so connected with it. In 2023, the program was updated by a federal decree that provides new actors and new approaches for the agenda. In addition to the Ministry of Social Development, the Ministry of Agrarian Development, the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, and the Ministry of Labor and Employment also have powers related to the UPA agenda. The updated version promoted a model for resilience and sustainable agriculture that enables access to adequate and healthy food. Its main objectives are linked to the Sustainable Development Goals, and its actions have been designed and implemented considering the many stakeholders involved in the agenda. Next one, Claudia, please. In July 2024, the agenda was reinforced by the publication of a law that instituted the National Urban and Peri-Urban Agriculture Policy. This bill, the Projeto de Lei, was in the National Congress since 2015, but just this year it was approved and was created the policy. It is a recent advance that can bring a series of benefits to Brazilian society and to the current urban food system, as it regulates rights, responsibilities, and promotion of the common good. It is expected that the new law impacts food local security and support the efficient use of urban space, among other potential benefits. Next. Over the last years, states and municipalities have also implemented its own regulation, both to guarantee the support to the UPA activities and to regulate the food production in urban areas. Cities like São Paulo, that will be presented here today, Belo Horizonte, Rio de Janeiro, Recife, among others, have specific programs related to urban agriculture. Next. Since 2018, the federal government has designated financial resources to support cities, states, and civil society in the implementation of the program actions. The National UPA program has implemented the actions in various areas to strengthen initiatives at the local level that benefit urban farmers and the civil society organizations involved in the production process. Moreover, the UPA agenda was introduced in the federal program as technical assistance for disseminating best production practices, compost systems for organic waste, and it is used in the food production, closing the circulatory system, and family farm registry. That is the policy that allows farmers to sell their production for the government, for the institutional budget, compras públicas.
Yes, public institutions
Purchase?
is calls. Yes, public calls. Let's say they can participate in public calls as providers, right? For
yes,
food.
Right. Thank you. Okay, next one. Well, related to tools and methodologies that could support municipalities, states, and the civil society organizations, we highlight the Pedagogical Gardens project, which includes a strategy for securing food and nutrition in the school environment. This project was developed from... Okay. This project was developed from a partnership with Embrapa and the Ministry of Social Development, and its results were consolidated in a virtual course that is available in the platform eCampo. This platform has many courses related to agriculture. The second initiative is the Urban Agriculture Platform, the Urban Agriculture Digital Library, and the virtual courses that were developed between a partnership with Ministry of Social Development and the Institute of Information in Science and Technology. And if you are interested in knowing more about this second initiative, an article that brings out this initiative was published at the RUAF magazine this month. Yep. Next one. And the third instrument is the Municipal, Urban, and Peri-urban Agriculture Agenda, a guide to insert urban agriculture into urban planning process. Well, this guide was developed as a part of a partnership with the United Nations Environment Programme, incorporating the methodological perspective of the TIB agri-food framework into the UPA program to meet a recurring demand to support municipal leaders in integrating agriculture into the urban planning process. Well, it was published at the end of 2022, when Brazil was in the process of transition in the level of the federal government, and it has placed Brazil in a pioneering and unprecedented position by being the first country to prepare a guide for municipal agendas on this topic in a national context and in a participatory construction that was led by Fundação Getúlio Vargas, a research institute. It is believed that it can be a reference and can help other countries to implement fairer, healthier, and more sustainable food systems. For this, the guide is available in English, and the sooner we will be, and the sooner it will be available in Spanish. Okay.
Perfect.
Next. Well, from the guide and its content, national research was conducted to identify municipal policies that support the UPA, and it was found that 67 Brazilian cities support urban agriculture. This research was conducted in 2022. Most of the municipalities that support the urban agriculture are concentrated in the south region, and they are in the basic or intermediate level of maturity, considering the tools available for institutionalization and for multiplication of the agenda. The questionnaire was developed by the Fundação Getúlio Vargas and can identify if a city is in the basic level, intermediate level, or advanced level. São Paulo, for example, is responded to the research and is in the advanced level of the agenda with Belo Horizonte, Recife, and the other cities. Next one. Well, moreover, it was conducted case studies to investigate UPA benefits and value ecosystem services in 4 different cities: Manaus, Natal, Brasília, and Osasco. It was realized workshops for disseminating knowledge and co-creation recommendations for urban agriculture in 2 capitals, Fortaleza and Salvador. And it was realized the training of political leaders in the state of Rio Grande do Norte and the training of federal managers here in Brasília to sensibilize more specialists to the agenda. The case studies were published and are available in Portuguese in the Fundação Getúlio Vargas webpage. Next.
Only in Portuguese, right, Kiliane?
Only Portuguese.
Only Portuguese.
The guia is in English, but the case studies in Portuguese. Well, our strategic projects under development are an online course for implementing community gardens, which is being developed from a partnership with Embrapa and the other institutions. We are also prospecting an urban development program to support families directly. Currently, the financial resources from the federal government are transferred through partnerships with municipalities, states, universities, and civil society entities. So they are responsible for connecting with the urban farmer. We can't nowadays, with the instruments that we have, to send money direct to the urban farmers.
Yes.
And this year, we have realized the mapping urban agriculture experiences in health and the social assistance services, and its results will be released in November. It is expected that it can support the development of specific actions to these public services, considering the context of healthy and urban agriculture. Okay. Next. So everyone is invited to join us in November because we will bring some results of our policies. After that, I can send.
Kiliane, it will be an online event. It will be how you manage, how are you planning it?
Yes, it will be a hybrid event.
Yeah.
but it will be in Portuguese, okay?
It's not a problem. You can share the link with us and those who speak Portuguese. I can see that we have a few here. Please, okay?
Okay,
Now?
okay, thank you. Well, as I said before, the UPA program is executed by different ministries and consequently is aligned with other federal initiatives such as Cities Food Strategy that is coordinated in our department, Solidarity Kitchen Program that is also coordinated here in our department, National Policy for Technical Assistance and Rural Extension for Family Farmers that are from the Ministry of Agrarian Development, Resilient Green Cities Program that is from the Ministry of Environment, and the Family Farming Registry that is from Ministry of Agrarian Development. And the next one. So we are working in the context of Cities Food Strategy. It was selected by the government 60 priority cities to receive technical and financial support from the federal government, considering that 30% of the Brazilian population live in these 60 cities. As urban agriculture is one of the axes of the strategy, to identify the maturity level of the agenda in the cities and the best way to support them, we applied the same research that was done before for the cities, because we identify the level of maturity of the cities in relation to the UPA agenda, and we based on it, we will decide what action that the city will receive, as we don't have money to attend all of them with all actions. So regarding the urban agriculture program, we are working on 5 actions this year. The first is the training process for political leadership and for structuring the agenda at the local level. We will work with 48 cities. The second is the model bill to help cities and states to implement local legislation. And I remember that yesterday the woman from Africa said that they have a lack of legislation in Africa.
Yes, regulation. Yep.
Regulation. And we will work with implementation and maintenance of production units together with universities. We will implement the social technology called Sisteminha, that is a technology developed by Embrapa. And this action will prioritize the traditional people and communities. I don't know how can I say how you can understand it, but here is povos e comunidades tradicionais, like indigenous, quilombolas. I don't know if you understand.
Comunidades o quê, Kiliane?
Comunidades tradicionais, povos e comunidades tradicionais.
Our native original communities, let's say, like the Indians and other
yes.
Other native Brazilians.
Okay. And we are working to launch later this year a competition, a call to reward good practices in urban agriculture. So this is our actions for this year that we are trying to conclude, to do our partnerships, because we executed our policy. We executed our policy from partnership with other actors, as I said before. Okay. Next
Very
one.
busy.
I'm almost finished. Okay.
No, go ahead.
So considering everything that was said, it is believed that we must have a new look at the cities, mainly because in 2050, it is expected that 3 billion people are likely to lack access to basic sanitation, healthcare, and electricity. Specifically about Brazil, you can go to the next slide, please. 57% of the population lives in just 319 cities. 61.4% of adults in the capital are overweight, and 24.3% are obese. 8.5% of Cadê Único households are urban. Cadê Único is the registry of the federal government for social programs. They identify people in low-income situation, and they become part of a big registry.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
To map, so that we can map and we can know, yes, a system where we can map these people in this situation.
Yes, and it should be benefits from Bolsa Família. You have to be in this register, okay? We also have obesogenic urban food environments, especially in the suburban neighborhoods. 7 million people that is in high level of food insecurity is in the city, live in the city. Urban areas, as we have been seeing, are most affected by climate change. And here in Brazil, we have two cases absolutely extreme, that was in Rio Grande do Sul with the floods, and in the Amazon here with the dry. So, we have the information that residents of outskirts die 5 times longer due to extreme events, weather events. So, we now in Brazil, we accumulate a diversity of experiences in UPA with methodologies and social technologies. Então, currently in Brazil, we accumulate a diversity of experience in UPA with methodologies and social technologies that allow the development of school and community gardens, productive backyards, agroforest systems, and other practices. And in this context, the promotion of urban agriculture can strengthen food and nutritional security, can provide income to vulnerable populations, can reduce the gap between producers and consumers, and can generate environmental benefits. To conclude, the next one, just some considerations about the Brazilian UPA program. It has been consolidating in recent years. It is a new program that was implemented in 2018. So we have 6 years of the program. It can be a central tool for the process of transitional cities to fairer, healthier, and more sustainable food systems. It is necessary to integrate efforts from all federative entities, federal, states, and municipalities, and to promote greater coordination with civil society, as they are a part of the urban agriculture system in Brazil. It is important that the program has greater visibility and continuity of its actions, and it's essential to strengthen and expand UPA initiatives in all Brazilian municipalities, especially in the regions of greater social vulnerability. Next one. Well, we have a WhatsApp group where you share the information about the program, and the more information can be found on the QR code. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share the Brazilian program with you, and we are available for any question. Thank you.
Thank you, Keliane. And again, we will talk later, but we invite you to register at the casebook, to share the casebook. I think if we have examples of initiatives in our casebook, it will be great. Thank you very much. We will open for questions and answers later on. Okay, keep your questions in mind or start already talking. Dominique, thank you very much. He's leaving. Merci beaucoup, Dominique. J'ai aperçu le message. Thank you very much. And now, Leah, are you here with us?
Hi there, I am, but I need a little bit more time. They will tell me that I would be speaking at midday, midday. I need more 20 minutes because I'm transit. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's go with Embrapa. Not a problem. Flávio.
Oh, yes, I am here. I am okay.
You are still with us. Good. Let's go. Vamos, Embrapa.
Okay. Okay. Good morning for everyone. Good afternoon.
In Europe, yes.
Yes. So the research was going to talk with you had a problem, so I will go do it. But my English is not good. I speak just a few, so I need to ask Claudia some help in probably in many opportunities.
Go ahead. And I noticed that we have Boris with us. You wrote in Portuguese, Boris. So please feel free to assist as well with the translation. Boris, okay. Marcel. Obrigada, Flávio. Go. Don't worry.
I will try. Please. So I am Flávio Fernandes, and I researcher and head of the research department of Embrapa Vegetables. We are a unit of Embrapa, one of 4 or 5 research centers that Embrapa had, and we are an organ of Ministry of Agriculture, Brazilian Ministry of Agriculture. And our mission, our goal is research for vegetable productions. Our focus in the producers for the sector and for all the society, all the peoples who consume vegetables in Brazil. We work with many species and we have the principal lines of research and extension actions. The next, please. So, just a view of the distribution of research centers of Embrapa in Brazil. Each center have specific missions. We have 3 kinds of research centers. A research center who research specific topics like agroenergy, digital agriculture, environmental agriculture. We have another kind of research center is for research solutions and technologies for problems of specific regions, biomes, and environmental problems for the specific conditions. And another kind, research centers who the whole is development knowledge and technology for specific cadeias produtivas.
Value chain, specific value chain sectors.
Oh, okay, and this is our case. We are specific for vegetable sectors. The next.
It's interesting just to let you when we see the map, we understand why you have so many units, 45 units of research. See, Thomas, how big Brazil is a continent, so it's normal that we have so many research institutes. And Flávio, just to let you know, we have the CIRAD here. O CIRAD está aqui com a gente. Stephanie, who knows Embrapa as well.
Okay, in this case, we are a national center of vegetable productions, so we need to research obviously with partners with the other centers, but the responsibility to coordination the vegetable researches is with us. So the principal lines of research in our center is genetic improvement of vegetables, and the goals is greater productive diseases resistance with better nutritional values. And now, every time we had this focus.
Yes, focus.
Focus is development cultivars to have resistance of high health and extreme climate conditions.
Yes.
And now with the climate change, it is very important. Research, the other line is sustainable production systems, and plant health. The next, please. We have associate the research sector, the extension sector, who had projects and actions for the professional producers, and they have a role to show our techniques to the target audience. And the other important role for the extension sector is support public policies, like increase vegetable consumption, low carbon agriculture, biofortification of vegetables, urban and peri-urban agriculture, and productive inclusion.
That's why Kiliani was saying that you work together, of course, is normal. And it's very good to know it. And we will come back to the public policies because this is very interesting in the Brazilian example as well.
Okay.
Pode continuar.
So our results, we give to the society for many forms. It's okay?
Yes.
And for we have naturally we have scientific publications, technical scientific
Too
publications.
technical, yes, sometimes too technical for the small farmers.
Yes, and I have published for small farms, for urban agriculture, for the not professional producers. Like these, né? Vegetable gardens in small spaces. The next. Books for stimulate the vegetable consumes.
Yes.
Yeah? Like Fifth Vegetable, How to Buy, Preserve, and Consume. Yeah? Vegetables go well with legumes and meat and other kind of food. And vegetables are not just salad. We have free online course for this public, né? And to support a project with educational gardens, né? We have this book, Management of Educational Gardens, né? Production of unconventional vegetables is very important because this kind of vegetables are more resistant. And most of them have a great nutritional quality. So it's another important topic to research and show to this and share to the society.
Flavio, give us an example. What is an unconventional vegetable?
Oh, I don't know how to say in English, but
say it in Portuguese. I will try to find the translation.
Okay, cará, ora pro nobis, azeitinha.
Okay, peixinho. I will tell you later. you can keep going with it. Eu vou buscar na internet.
So we have videos, né, for communicate, for training, né, the people's like indoor production, vertical farms, né, how to reuse waste water in agriculture, and these videos are based in our research results and technologies we develop. Another videos, né, is hydroponic productions, né, in greenhouse, agroecology systems, né, for productions, manejo integrado de pragas. Tem algum termo que diga isso e faça sentido?
Manejo integrado de práticas. How
de
to
pragas.
conciliar de pragas. De pragas. Keep going, né? Vou buscar.
So it's very important because with this technology we can reduce the pesticides.
Yes, okay. It's because I don't have the name. I will translate it later.
And urban, peri-urban vegetable gardens. The next.
Right.
Many lectures of greenhouse cultivation about growing fugiu completamente. So
sorry, wait. Okay. It's me. Não, pode deixar, please. Aqui.
And we have 48 technical scientific publications of greenhouse cultivation about varieties and species, to support the producers. The next, we have a partnership with a private company, né, for developing technology for producing vertical, né, farms, indoor farms, and this company had a productive unit in the center of São Paulo city.
Yes.
It's the biggest indoor producers in Brazil. He called something like 100% free because they don't use pesticides. And this project is all developed with us here in our unit. Next. Another view for this project. There are 20 towers in this vertical farm. Another. A view of her process to the vegetables. Another view of the company.
Is a private company, Flávio? It's
yes,
a private company, né?
A private company who apport the
funding,
the money to develop the project. And so Brazil like to oh, pardon, I forget the name of our colleague of agriculture minister who...
Eliane, isso é com você.
Eliane, okay, Eliane.
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 And Flávio, I'm from Embrapa too. We are colleagues, okay? Yes.
Oh, it's very interesting. De qual unidade?
Flávio, eu vou te matar. Keep going, dear.
Why you going to kill me?
Yes. Keep going with your presentation. See, Thomas, how Brazilians are.
Okay. So, in some opportunities, the big projects of urban agriculture ask us technology and technology at vegetable, Embrapa vegetable. So like Sete Lagoas, it's a very big projects. They have 40 years and something like 300 families who produce in these areas. Okay.
Okay. Is in one of the main states of Brazil, Minas Gerais.
And the other project that we give technological and knowledge information is Curitiba, another very big project of urban agriculture.
In South Brazil.
In South Brazil, Paraná states. And another point is very important for us, and in our view is very important for vegetable producer, urban agriculture. This picture show a very interesting region around São Paulo, São Paulo city. We used to call green belt. It's in Mogi das Cruzes city. Small agricultors produce something like 500 hectares of vegetables provide some Pulsilian metropolitan region. And Mogi das Cruzes is a city of São Paulo metropolitan region. So it's and today with the growth of the cities, something of this area is no more peri-urban.
Yeah.
They are really urban. Okay.
Exactly.
And so
that you have an idea.
Just for show the dimension of this metropolitan region, there are something like 21 million people live in this region, and all of the city have important peri-urban production for provide vegetables for the people.
So Flávio, just to make people understand, we have São Paulo, here is the state of São Paulo. In gray, we have the capital, São Paulo, and everything colored is considered peri-urban?
Yeah, yes, it's considered metropolitan region of São Paulo capital.
Sim, tá. But do we consider that it is urban agriculture as well in this distance? Yes, we have.
Because and all of the city, the city have peri-urban agriculture. Okay, that the goal is provide the capital and
no, it's interesting. I'm commenting it. See, to all of you here, we have different scales, and that's why urban agriculture is so. We don't have a unique definition, and we wanted to adapt it. For example, for SUAVE, not limiting it to one definition or to distances. Because as you can see in countries with a continental dimension, we need to adapt, we must adapt this concept of urban and peri-urban agriculture. So it is really interesting to see it. E aí fui eu que botei para você. Thank you.
Eu agradeço. Eu me esqueci de finalizar. A correria está muito grande.
Thank you very much, Flávio. You have your contacts. Embrapa does a very, very important work, not only in Brazil, but with cooperation, international cooperation. I mentioned the CIRAD. You also, and thanks to you, I was in contact with Brazilians that are developing a urban agriculture project in Ivory Coast. So we are very, very happy to have you here, and it's a collaboration that we will work on from now on. Obrigada, Flávio. Muitíssimo obrigada.
Okay. Thank you for inviting this opportunity.
Fica aí. Depois você fala com a Keliane. Stay with us because we will have questions. And Elisa, thank you very much. So it's integrated pest management. And Boris, thank you for all the translation for the caruru, jambu, peixinho da horta. Thank you. Nicola, let's get to know a little bit of Gardenizer.
So good afternoon, everyone. So it's nice to be with all of you and to present some EU-funded initiative called Gardenizer. So I'm and its application to Colombia. This is why I presented in this group. So I'm Nicolas Condon from Piste Solidaire, an NGO based in the southwest of France, and it's an NGO that globally is promoting youth mobility in Europe, European citizenship. And developing a series of platform and training on various topics, always in European consortia. So within the history of PIST, we work now since 13 years on the topic of community gardens, because we started by the exchange of volunteers visit, for example, volunteers from France visiting garden in Italy and in UK before Brexit and so on. And so we started like that. And we, at the EU level, we noticed there was an issue that the facilitators, the community organizers, were not trained. So if you do a community gardens, but you don't train the facilitators or animator of the group, then after a few years, the garden can collapse. So we developed some concept, the concept of gardenizer, garden organizer, because there was no word easily translatable from one country, from one language to another. So along three or four different projects, all of them founded by the Erasmus Plus program, we developed a training. So this training is now available through in a platform, and we still have new projects now on the topic. So if you can go to the next one.
Yep.
Yes. So what is the role of the but I will come back to that later. So what is the role of gardenizer? So to manage the group of volunteers and the garden equipment, to coordinate the activities of the garden, to ensure sustainability, and of course to support the communication between the public sector and the community active in the community garden. Next one, please. So for that, we decided to we created a training divided in two parts. Sorry, three with a test. So it's a dynamic PowerPoint. Claudia, sorry.
Okay.
It was a trick. So
thank you.
It's 40 hours of theoretical training. So we defined 3 modules. The first one is the design of a community garden, the history of community gardens, how to create one, how to find the land, and so on. The second module is how to work with the people of within the group, and the third module it's about sustainability. And after people do this 40 hours of theoretical training, which is non-formal education, so it's not a theoretical training with books and text to read, but something really, it's an active process. They have to do 40 hours of practical training in at least one community garden in the country or abroad when there are funds available, which is the opportunity of Erasmus Plus project among other programs. And after that, they have to pass an online test on the platform gardenizer.eu. Next one, please. So along the history globally of what we developed within Gardenizer and what is available or will be available on the platform, we have various tools. First, we developed in total 4 trainings. The Gardenizer Pro training for gardenizers, a training for trainers of gardenizers called Gardenizer Hub, because we are not enough trainers to train the people. Gardenizer Gov for the public service, and Gardenizer Edu for schools. And the platform also includes a map of community gardens, a map of gardenizers, a map of trainers, and a urban garden toolbox, which is a multilingual space where people can look for some specific activities according to the profile of their garden and the target group they have, for example. So if you can go further. So this is the website. It's called gardenizer.eu. It's available in English, French, Italian, Spanish, German, and Greek. You can go to the next one. So this is, for example, a map of gardenizers. So you can see where at the moment of the screenshot all of the gardenizers in Europe. And after you pass the test, you have a license of gardenaiser, which is compatible with the EGVET format. So the EGVET format, people who don't know it, it's like the ECTS for the universities, but for the vet sector, for the professional and vocational education. So next one, please. So we have a map of community gardens. Next one.
No, go ahead.
You can go a little bit further now because there are some. Yes, thank you. So the Gardenizer Hub training of trainers. It's 3 days of training, 5 days of practice with confirmed trainers and an online evaluation of the platform, the same way we do it for the gardenizers. Next one. Okay, so globally, you can go for, you can advance a little bit. There will be some data. Yes, so no, just now. So in total, in the first Gardenizer training were made in 2019, right before COVID. So now we have 224 Gardenizer licensed, 39 trainers licensed, more than 56 good practices, and 86 community gardens registered. And by registered, globally, we put community gardens that were involved in the different trainings or internships. And before we go to generator, wait a little bit now, Claudia.
Ah, pardon.
So the dynamic is still continuing because we have various projects right now. One of them is called Gardenizer Academy, within which we will develop an online platform, an e-learning platform for people who want to design the regular community garden, let's say the neighborhood community gardens, educational gardens, and also and intercultural gardens. And so all of these dynamics, all of this work done was done at the Italian level. I will make the transition with generator by an organization called Replay Network that is represented here by Chiara Trotto, who's living in in Colombia right now. And so the is saying hi if you can see her.
Hi. Hi.
So,
Hi.
So the idea of so the city of Rome worked with Replay Network on various projects inspired by what we did on with Gardenizer. They developed some URBAC projects also with the URBAC programs, and they developed a project founded by the EuroPed program. So this project has various partners. You can see them here: the Alcaldía de Banquia, Siembra Plus, Replay Network, ANSI Lazio, and Resource and SPA. And from the ANCI Lazio, we have here with us Giorgio. Claudio couldn't attend us because he's like some other people at the FUA meeting right now in Brussels. So Giorgio is replacing him, and he's the one coordinating the project.
Thank you,
So,
Nicolas. Thank you very much
yes.
For your words, kind words. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. And so now I really quickly, with a few words, present what was done with the generator project. So as I said, it's a EuroPed founded program. And the topic within Barranquilla is different than, for example, in Brazil or in some other countries of Latin America, because in Barranquilla, there were no gardens at all. And the city wanted to create some community gardens, to create a sense of community, and to create a community, because they have a lot of people coming from a lot of countries, and so wanted to use the gardens, and of course to include all the food topic also. And so they developed this project with all of these partners. And so, you know, the ANCI Lazio, it's a company, if I'm not wrong, Giorgio, that was created by the city of Rome. You can...
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Nicholas, again, because yes, I am very proud to say that thanks to this very synergy of partnership, we have these very good results in Barranquilla, creating this first for European, thanks to the European funds, first urban community gardens, this formula, and to reach that, this the gardenizer training was an excellent tool, because learning by doing is the best formula in every sector. And one synergy,
I will present a little bit more. You can comment at the end, but I will finish.
Sorry.
It was just to introduce the topic of ANCI.
Thank you again. Yes, sorry,
Nicolas. A little bit.
Just to, without rushing you, Nicholas, but let's see if we can do the presentation in 5 minutes so that we can open to Leah and then to question and answers and share experience. But say.
Of course. So next slide. Yes, the slide that you were showing. Yes. So the generator project is applied in 5 community gardens. You can see the area of each community garden in various neighborhoods of Barranquilla. And so the first one to be was inaugurated was in this month, and the next one will be in the coming months. So the EuroPed, the specificity of this project is that EuroPed is founding the infrastructure of these gardens. 4 of them are founded by EuroPed, and the San Pablo garden is founded by some previous projects that is dating before COVID. And so it's a 3 million euros project, and 1.1 million euros is founding the infrastructure and the work with the local community. 650,000 euros are invested in the training, and globally, for a 3 million project, 80% of the budget is spent in Colombia, which is not always the case in cooperation projects. So you can go to the next one. Yeah, so you can see some pictures of the expected gardens. So the one of Gardenia, the one of Juanmina.
This is the picture already, the results, or?
No, these ones are made by computer. If you can see, yeah.
Okay.
Because only Gardenia is finished, and it was inaugurated the 6th of September by the representatives of the EU in Colombia.
Okay.
So you can go
ambitious project.
Yeah, you can go to the next one, and this is the one of San Pablo that is coming from different EU funds from before COVID, and the city of Barranquilla is funding the rest. So the spaces that all these gardens will have, it's some productive parks within the community gardens, with sowing area, cultivation area, meeting area, composting and vermiculture area, area of modules for the sale of products. You can continue. So you can see a variety of vegetables that will be produced. So vegetables, microgreens, and medicinal plants. And you can go, because I won't go in the I won't list all of the production. So you can go to the next one. And there, of course, there is the training aspect, as we said. So the project implemented all of these trainings within Barranquilla and also within the Gardenizer.eu platform, whose Spanish version was founded by this project. So there were some gardeners training, some Gardenizer trainings, some trainers training, and some training for civil servants and teachers. And the rest is what you can find already in the platform. So regarding the community training, the gardeners training, in 22 and 23, 31 persons were trained, and in 24, more than 180, and you can see the variety of topics that go from design, soil cycle, vegetables and fruit trees, harvest and post-harvest, irrigation, organic, fertilizers, and you can and so on. The next one, it was 8 courses of 2 days. Some community trainings, so the garden organizer trainings. So in 23, they trained 21 people from 33 applications. And the next year, 127 applications. So it got a lot of success.
Mm-hmm.
But there were still few spots to be trained. So the internships happened in Bogota, in Medellin, and Cali, and in Rome. This week, this week they host some 12 gardeners, and next week they host gardenizers coming directly from Colombia. Going to Rome, doing their training in Rome. And there were also some training for teachers with Gardenizer.edu. So the city of Barranquilla with the trainers of the narrator that were part of the trainers trained by Replay Network and trainers from Replay Network. It was the beginning of this month. So 15 people were selected among 28 candidates. So this is for pedagogical gardens. And the next one, for civil servants, they trained also 16 people over 41 candidates. So for, and you can see the list. There were some people from urban control, city management.
We will share the presentation. We will share later on the presentation so that everyone has the, I'm sorry to be rushing you, Nicolas, mais je vois le temps passer.
Okay, no problem. And yes, so they also train some huerteritos within the community, within schools, as you can see. And also, I just want to add that there were so much expectation that the city is now training using the gardens, or will train also the people within the garden so they can make their own garden at home, because there is not. So it works so well that people want to go to the gardens, and too much. it has too much
a huge success.
Yeah. Next one. Yes, and what I just wanted to add that. Yeah.
You also.
Yeah, I was a little bit rushed, so I condensed it a little bit, but now you have most of the data.
Yep. We are good.
And and if you have at the end, and if we have time for questions, Giorgio from Italy and Chiara from Colombia, they are online with us.
Yes, and please don't hesitate to ask questions as well from the chat, because we will try to open for a question and answer. Leah, you can, we are very happy to have you here. I have questions for you as well, Nicola, regarding the gardenizer, but I will wait for the question and answers. Muito obrigada, Lia, por estar aqui com a gente. Thank you very much. You were sharing. Okay.
I was sharing, but you haven't.
Lia, you are in a very beautiful and inspiring place.
I'm agriculture coordinator, so I need to have this environment to inspire me. So good afternoon. I'm sorry I was in traffic when we first called me. I just want to know how much time do you have, because I know we are late on time.
Yes, ideally 10 minutes it will be okay, so that we can have question and answers. Lia, possível? Pode ser?
Yes, I will try. Maybe I interrupt and you ask me something if you want, and I will be here with you afterwards. So thank you to be here. It was really nice to hear all these projects. Even in Brazilian one that I know the most, it was always like something new. So I will try to tell you in 10 minutes what you're doing here in São Paulo. I'm Lia Palm, a civil servant working as agriculture coordinator. And we are implementing, I can say, a huge program to urban and peri-urban agriculture, reacting in many ways to strain agriculture over here. So I'm going to give you this overview with our policy. So Flavio already told us about São Paulo a little bit. It's the same map. So here it's Brazil. This is the state of São Paulo. Here is our metropolis, and this is our city. So it's a huge city in Latin America. It's not so used to think about agriculture over here. We think about everything, but no agriculture. And we are trying to change this and see how important it has the nature within in the city, and not only like surrounded it or opposite as it. So here's something I can give you the PowerPoint later on. Here is just so you can see that we have this huge environmental problem here. We have the city spread around in the forest and in our water reserves. So agriculture comes as economic activity that helps environmental. It's opposite that we always heard about it. The agriculture is in many plans in São Paulo, including climate change and sustainable goals and many others. So it's a issue, a responsibility we have with the city and citizens in São Paulo to work for it. And we have our one plan with 70 actions that involve more than 20 other departments in the city. So it's not something we are doing only us. Of course, half of this plan is ours responsibility, and the other half, maybe we have a part on it, but we are in many other departments and in the city and with citizens, and of course working with other federal government and other cities in Brazil. So what is this program about? We have, I think this is very important. So why working with agriculture in a city as São Paulo? So we have this multidimensional strategy, and we see agriculture here as this. So we are talking about food production and food security, environmental and sustainability, territory, occupation, work and income, nutrition, education, community engagement, health, and many other things when you work with agriculture. All these spots here, they are agriculture in the city. And now some numbers. So I think this one important thing here, we start looking for what already has, who is already working with it in the city. So we mapping as well, as we saw in Nicola's experience. So we have a platform. I will give you the address of this.
Yes.
So you have this platform, and you have more than 2,600 units, agriculture units in the city mapping. We know it's more. And we when you say about agriculture, say about many other things, so many different things. So commercial, Guarani and indigenous village that has agriculture, communities, gardens, and public places. Most of these 1,600, they are in schools in São Paulo. So we have many kinds, and for each one we have to have a different way, a different approach, and a specific way to work with. So how and what are we doing here? We have these 3 agriculture house, ecological house we speak here, this yellow one, red one, and green one. So every area in the city has a team to go for it, and a place where farmers can go and get assistance. And we have many servers. There's these ones. I will tell you a little bit more about this. And we have laws as well, like this ProURB, urban and peri-urban agriculture law. So we have more these laws things and this way to work, the plans and the law as well, helping us and guide us. So a little bit more what we are doing. So we maybe the heart of our program is technical assistance and rural extension. We go to every point. We are in more than 500 places right now, going there every month, or sometimes every week, sometimes every 2 months, where we go there and assist them in an individual way. So what is the plans, what is the dreams, what's the needs of this place? And we go there with agronomists, biologists, and many other kinds. It's a very multidisciplinary team. We saw that only speak what you should do is not enough. So we are giving them things. They don't have to pay for it, to experiment, to see if it works, and try it and learn doing. So here I'm not going to read everything for you, but we have like bio inputs. We are doing this in teaching them how to do it in a very simple form to do it, because we are working on only with agroecological and organic approach. We work with everyone, including conventional, but we go there and say, we don't have to do it, but do you want to try it? And then they can change and be more sustainable. So we are teaching them how to do this for themselves with the techniques we had. So maybe for conventional, we have a lot of business, big business, teaching them how to do it. But organic and agroecological, maybe the Embrapa and other things they are developing, they're not reach the small farmers. So we are working on it to help them. And with fruit programs, soil, regenerative agriculture, bio inputs, analysis, and many other things. Here are our demonstration how you made the inputs. We have this program as well. We have machines. We give it for free, because one thing, the agriculture, it's a very hard job. So we have little machines that can go in any place, even the smallest one, and bigger ones, they can go to bigger places. They can use it for free. We have this program, as Keiliane said, for us as well is a vulnerability people. We work with everyone, but vulnerability people are the most people are doing agriculture in São Paulo. So we have this program. We give them. It's a bigger program in São Paulo, so many people are doing this in many subjects, but we have 1,000 people in agriculture learning how to work with agriculture and receiving some money for it. and it's kind of good money for 6 hours a day work. And we give this to farmers themselves and to other people that never work with agriculture to engage and start to work with this. So labor is a very difficult thing, especially in a city, and agriculture sometimes no one's want to work with this because it's linked with every bad thing, but we need this. So it's very important. So how to value, how to say this important for the city. And we have this program. We are working with companies and public to get free land so they can work in it, and we can expand agriculture in the city. We have this huge program. We're taking all like it's 5,000 children to know all these places in São Paulo. So we're taking them, they have the lunch there and learn that the city is not a concrete only. They can grow food in the city. And it's very special to have this meeting for someone that already loves nature and someone that's very strange for them to see how a food is cultivated.
Yes.
So it's a very nice program. We have 2 territories, indigenous territories in the city, and we work a lot with them. It's a different approach, the way they need to be done. So we are like asking how we can work with them. And okay, my time is went, so I'm going down. I give it later on for you. You use 2 systems, SIS Rural, that have all our data, and Sampa Mais Rural I will put here. These are open, and you can see here everything is open source if you want to try it. And some key learnings, and I let you to read it afterwards. So that's it. I could do this in 10 minutes.
No, it was great. And thanks, yes,
for questions, anything, every exchange you want.
I think that the main message has been done. I mean, the people that haven't been to São Paulo at least could have an idea about the huge size of the state and the huge work that is being done by policymakers, by our public sector, because giving the machines and assisting them, paying them, we have as well, Leah, the same problem of the lack of workforce and lack of young people wanting to work in agriculture. So yes, it comes from education, and as you said, what we have in mind as well is a popularization that all these programs are showing. Yours in São Paulo, Embrapa, with doing easy guides, let's say, for people, the ministry in Brazil, and Gardenizer. So congratulations. Thank you very much. We still have time for questions. So please, you can all open your cameras if you want. Raise your hands and ask questions. Take this great opportunity to interact, to talk with our speakers here. Yes, Giorgio.
Thank you very much. Yes, I would like to ask to Leah and also Kellyanne, that I hear excellent presentation before, about what are what suggestions you consider, because, for example, in our experience in Colombia, the cooperation activity is very difficult in order to improve the organic approach, because there are many the percentage of production of organic, certified organic, is 2% in the international. So informal way, I do not have the information about how many, but there are many companies or big companies that for example, also meet us in order to convince to use synthetic semilla seeds. And we blocked this request because yes, we know how much important for the biodiversity, for multiple factor, and the importance of the organic approach, in the dependency that synthetic create. So how is your suggestion to overcome the barrier or to improve the strategy to that? Probably in Bogota, they apply a very nice approach to the seeds bank. So creating this. I don't know if you have any other approach. Leah suggested informally, try to follow the organic protocol, no? But is probably is not to convince the entrepreneurs we should act in different way. Probably, I don't know what are your experience or your suggestions. Thank you.
Kilian, you want to start or want me to start? What do you think?
You can go, and I complement you if it's necessary.
Okay, so it's a very good challenge we have, and a very important one. And it's one of the central things we are doing here. We don't have like the largest farmers here. We always say that our large one is the small ones. So we not such a pressure of the companies and other things in our policy, because we are in the city. And the thing is, it's water all around. We need it to be done in a sustainable way. So what you see, many of our agriculture farmers, they are not using anything, but they don't have certification. Right now, we are not pushing them to certificate. But when they have a commercial thing, we help them to certificate. So we create groups, we made it less expensive. And we have one thing here in state of São Paulo, public policy as well, that it's a kind of certification to help the transition. And it's for free. And it's a very good thing. We can use it for 5 years. And our city is using a lot. We help them to build it, and I stay thing, but it's using a lot, and it's like a path to get the certificate. And we have in Paraná as well a public certification in organics. I think it's important because it's so many things we have to do. If you have a public thing, you don't have to pay for it. The check to get in, it's less expensive, and we help in this time. We have these 3 years to get the transition. So we need to help them in this way. We say that commercial ones is difficult because they cannot have a play with this. It's their lives. So one thing we do right here, we try it, is get for the commercial side. So give them something that if you take a part of your land and work in organic way, not certification, not anything, because we are going to buy it, everything. So we could get the transition for all the places of some farmers, because they start to try. They say, "Oh, this helps," and I'm not getting like my health and using this chemical, because many of them, they don't want to use it. They have to use it, and we trying to do very technological. So taking the institute research and all we already have, get to the farmers so they can deal with it, see if it's working, and try to work with them. Like sometimes, I don't know, exchange their knowledge and get them like a pathway, a secure pathway. So we are trying many things. I don't know if it's going to work, but you're trying.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Leah. If you have any link enlace about this public certification, would be very, very nice to consider. Yeah. Thank you again.
Camille, you open your camera. Do you want to say something, Kilian, complement with information?
Yes, just complement what Leah said. In Brazil, the certification of organic food is coordinated by the Ministry of Agriculture. And here we have a way that civil society can organize themselves to emit the certification. It is called Sistema Participativo de Garantia, Guarantee Participative System, or Controle Social para emissão, social control to the emission of the certification. In the case of Ministry of Social Development, we support agroecological products, and but we also have a project to organize a community to how can I say, to register as an organic, because you have to have this register or the participative guarantee, certification of Sistema Participativo de Garantia. Okay.
So great. Thank you very much also to you, Kellyanne, very much.
Thank you.
Camille, you want to ask a question? You want to say
not
something?
Especially, I put my camera to make it more
yes.
see each other, but maybe my colleague Françoise, she sent you a mail with the communication, but
Françoise is here. Boris, I did not know you are a Portuguese speaker. Maybe you are even Portuguese or Brazilian, I don't know. And Stéphanie, qui est toujours avec nous. Please ask your questions. Françoise, yes, Françoise, you have a message, you have something to say.
Yes. Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for all this very interesting presentation. So it's not really what I have to say, not really related to the presentation we had. It's just to explain you that I am from Belgium as Camille, so we are colleagues working in the same area. It's in the University of Liège in the south part of Belgium. And Belgium is organizing an economic mission to Brazil in November. It will be from 24 November to 29th of November. So the idea of those Belgium economic mission is to focus on several sectors, but one of the sectors will be agro-industry and sustainable agriculture and barrier solution. And so the idea is that Walloon companies which are going with this mission in Brazil will take part in meetings and so on. And the head of our laboratory, Aysam Gigakli, is coming in the 25th and 26th of November in Sao Paulo, and 28th and 29th of November in Rio de Janeiro. And I would like to have contact with people if they are interested in urban agriculture, peri-urban agriculture, because it's really on the topic on which we are working. So sorry I know it's already late, so I will not explain too much. I have more to say, but if you are interested, you can perhaps I will give you my email, and you can contact me if you want that I give you more explanation, or if someone is interested to meet or head of the laboratory. So.
Yes, Leah shared her contact, Françoise. Otherwise, you have me. But yes, I'm
yes, okay.
sure
or
that
you can contact Claudia,
Leah and Kellyanne will prepare something very nice visits, and it will be very important to have this on the field visits. Lucky you. Let's see if we will plan something after SUAVE as well for next year. Boris, do you want to ask something? Present yourself quickly so that we know. Boris is from one of the awarded SMEs. We have Diane ECOC here with us as well, awarded SME from SUAVE. They've been, I don't remember if it's only the call 2 or call, I think l'école verte, c'est 2 calls. You were awarded for 2 calls. And Jan, I don't remember if it was only the second or both. You can
Hello,
go ahead,
do you
Jan.
hear me?
Yes, we can, Boris, and then we will listen to Jen. Yes, Boris, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm at the train station, so it's a bit noisy. But thank you very much for all your presentation. My name is Boris. I'm director of an association called Les Cols Verts in France. And we run a network of associations with urban farms in food neighborhood in several cities. And we created 2 years ago an online training for urban leader, a 6-week urban training online for free. And it reached more than 30,000 participants. And now we're trying to expand it at the international level. And this summer, thanks to SUAVE, we made some interviews with Mexican people, people from United States and people from Canada. And we would love for sure to do the same with Brazilian people, because I saw that there's lots of really incredible initiatives. So if I have the opportunity to come, it will be a pleasure to broadcast all your initiatives. Thank you very much.
Yes, it will be great. So yes, we can spread it. We will start doing, we have started doing it with SUAVE, but see, yes, they were in Mexico and they could see the importance of the social aspect. And something that Claire shared with me is that she noticed that they are traditionally linked to the earth, so to the agriculture, and we did not lose it. And in Brazil is the same. You see, look where Lia is. Nature is all around us. So it's important for us as well. And I'm sure you will have the opportunity, Boris, to go to Brazil. And thanks for your assistance with the with the translation. Thank you. Merci. Stephanie, you want to say a word before you leave? We will leave as well, but do you want to say something before you leave if you are still here?
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm from CIRAD Research Center. So for now, I don't have so many things to tell. So it was really interesting. So thank you for the very interesting presentations and projects. I will get in touch with our regional director and share all your initiatives, and I'm sure he will find them very interesting too. And then if we need some more information from some of you, we will get in touch afterward.
For sure. We are always working with Stephanie, and just something to, especially next year, because next year is the year of France, Brazil, Brazil, France. É o ano da França, do Brasil, Brasil na França. So, and I know that CIRAD is working as well with Embrapa. You are very strong, have a very strong presence in Brazil. So, and we are preparing, just to let you know, Lia, Kelian, and Stephanie, I think you know already, we are planning a mission to Brazil. Maybe this will be the opportunity, Boris, to join us. Maybe we can add the urban agriculture thematic to our mission. We will let you know, okay, about this. Merci beaucoup, Stephanie. Merci. Ravi de t'avoir vu. Diane, do you want to say something? Is your last chance.
Hi, I'm Diane. I'm from Odysselap, and we were awarded of both of the SUAVE, and we were very happy for that. And we are planning to go to Canada to visit some urban farming. We are proposing a patented innovation about drainage and irrigation combined, mainly for green roofs, but it can also be used in fields. And we are trying to develop a solution for the gardeners, for the greenhouses, like the small ones, to collect the water in between the small greenhouses and store it to be able to use it during the dry season. So yeah, thank you for your presentation, and I will be happy to develop it in other countries too.
Yes, did you get inspired by the examples you've seen here?
Yeah, of course. Thank you a lot. Yeah, it was very interesting.
I hope we'll join. We'll try to plan a mission. include the urban agriculture community in our mission to Brazil in 2025. Chiara, Camille avec nous. Merci beaucoup, Camille. Samir, do you want to say something? Raúl Puente, Taki. Please, you have still 1 minute per person. Because Leah and Kilian, you know that it's the end of the day here in France and in Europe. Chiara?
Hi,
And
hi
Samir.
Claudia.
Vas-y, Samir, go ahead.
Yes, so thank you very much for the presentation. It was really informative. And I see that there is a lot of traction for urban farming in Brazil, and I guess in all the continents, South America. So it's really interesting. And I can imagine the challenge for such project for both the climate, maybe also the budget for such project in some rural areas. Also maybe the connectivity for example, for using some technologies. This is what I think the most, because as I work on AgTech project, it's always one big challenge to have connectivity. So it's interesting. So maybe to introduce quickly my project. So I work on a climate controller for indoor farms, urban farms also. Basically, it's a device that connects to the cloud, and we can connect sensors like soil sensor, humidity, temperature sensors. And then according to the data, we can control, for example, irrigation valve, fans, humidifier, and so on. So the idea is basically to help farmers either with greenhouses or urban farms to automate as much as they can, so that it can help them. The goal is to help the farmers not only to have better productivity, but also to reduce the use of pesticides, of fertilizer, and so on.
Yes, I think it's a next step, as you can see, Samir, because Kiliani and Leah, you see, Samir, we are still working on educating the population, and this will be the steps 2 or 3 for them. There's a part, Kilian took the technological part, very advanced, high technology. I think it will come a little bit later, but you, for example, you can collaborate with Embrapa. I think Embrapa, sim, Embrapa is able to have such technology and apply it in its activity. So I noted that I have to put you in contact with Flavio, Samir.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Claudia. So actually, the goal with this project, the DigiPlant project, is to have a simple device that that helps the common people, even if they are not advanced farmer. Basically, what we have in mind is like if someone can use a phone with WhatsApp, he should be able to use the DigiPlants. This is what we are targeting, at least.
So, okay. Autant pour moi. Let us. We can share the presentation, Samir, with Kiliani and Leah. And now that you are a member of VEGEPOLYS VALLEY, you can come with us on our mission in 2025.
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
Il y a du potentiel au Brésil.
Thanks. Merci beaucoup.
Chiara, you want to say a few words before we end? We end this meeting.
Hi. Yeah, hi everybody. Thank you so much for all the presentations. Very interesting, all what you've done in Brazil. Very inspiring, also. And concerning our experience in Colombia, actually, what I was coordinating all the gardenizing training program. So what I observed is that instead of more technology, we really need more training. I mean, what we felt normally in the urban garden is just less technologies, better, because these brings people to connect more with nature, with day by day, and has urban garden finally is just a tool. It's just a tool for social cohesion, for inclusions, for all the other themes. So I feel that there are like these two worlds that cross a little bit in peri-urban agriculture, and that in urban agriculture finally it's very handmade, and it's like social density in the sense that more people better for not just for the garden of the production concerning production, but for the all garden projects that is all around. And also the other things I want to stress, it was the importance of the functionaries, so public officers training course.
Yes.
We did this this month actually, and also the education, so all the professors. And this was the key to start a mix of activities that are in this moment going on in the urban gardens, thanks to this new vision of the public services that are like more open, and then finally understood really what is the potential of urban garden, and so they understood how to use it and how to promote it, what to promote inside the urban garden, what activity they can do, and what services they can provide in the garden. And this is really the key to gather together all kinds of people, all generations, vulnerable people, and create spaces for them. So this is what we are observing during the projects of General.
And you're right, it's very important that, as you could see, all those speakers focused on the training for government, for policy makers. And I would even go further, you should go further as well with your projects. The companies, private companies should be trained as well, so that they see that is interesting to invest in such activity, as a few have already done in Brazil, right, Keliane?
Yeah, totally right.
It was excellent having you here. If someone wants to say hello, bye, you can. Otherwise, you have the contacts here.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you for the invitation, for the very interesting presentations from our Brazilian colleagues. Yeah, we learned a lot, and it is impressive what they do on their side, and yeah, it's very inspiring.
New collaborations to come. Keliane, Lia, Nicolas, Giorgio, Françoise et Boris aussi. Muchas gracias, Raul. Thank you, everyone. Elisa, que estava aqui com a gente também. Diane, merci beaucoup. A gente fica em contato com o Brasil, tá? Eu volto a falar com vocês. Nicolas, on est toujours aussi, merci, Nicolas, de toujours d'être aussi actif pour SUAVE et pour Pistes Solidaires et pour l'agriculture urbaine. Françoise, un énorme merci. Thank you very much. Samir, Diane.
Obrigada, Cláudia.
Keliane, aproveita aí Brasília por mim hoje à noite.
Te espero em Brasília, hein?
Já.
Ciao.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.